12, Measures of Central Tendency. Our essential question for the day is, what are the measures of central tendency? Our new vocab words are mean, median, mode, range, and quartiles. You may remember all of these definitions from a previous math course, but this section is really important leading into our new chapter, chapter 12. So we're going to do this section as a review. To find the mean for a set of data, you need to add all of the data values together and then divide by how many terms there are. So add all of the numbers then divide by how many numbers you added. For the median is the middle number in an ordered set. So what's important with the median is that your numbers have to be listed first from least to greatest. The mode is the one that occurs the most. The range is the highest number minus the lowest. And quartiles split the data into 4 groups. Because quartile, quart, is like quarters, so it would mean 4. And you can think of those groups as like the top 25%, the middle 50% would be putting together the 2 middle groups, and then the bottom 25%. Our first example, the number of text messages that Tara received in the past week are 15, 28, 35, 77, 89, 39, and 114. Find the mean, median, and mode. So for these values, the first thing we need to do is put them in order. So smallest to largest, 15, 35, 39, oh, I missed one already. 28 needs to go in there. So 15, 28, 35, 39, 77, 89, and 114. So I've counted, I have 7 values. It's always good to count and make sure that you've got all of them. The mean is found by adding all of your data values and then dividing by how many there are. So for my mean, I know I'm going to divide by 7 because I have 7 numbers. So now I'm going to add together my numbers. Get 397. I'm going to double check and make sure that I have 7 numbers being added. Okay. And now divide. If I round my answer to the nearest tenth, I get 56.7. The median. The median is the middle number in an ordered set. If you have an odd amount of numbers, that means that one of the numbers is going to be the median. So my median is 39. And the mode is the number that occurs the most because all of these numbers occur once. There is no mode for this set of numbers. Example number 2. The number of minutes that Sarah talked on her phone each day this week are. So it looks just like the last problem. So I'm going to put my numbers in order again. 21, 24, 38, 52, 56, 63, and 74. The mean, again, will be divided by 7 because I have 7 numbers. If I add these numbers together, I get 328 divided by 7, about 46.9. The median is the middle number. Again, we have 7 numbers, so the one in the middle is 52. If there were an even amount of numbers here, we would be left with 2 numbers in the middle. We would have to average them together to find our median. So we would have to add them together and then divide by 2 to get their average. And this set of numbers, again, there isn't something that occurs more than once, so there is no mode again. Okay, now our next question is a little bit different. On the first 5 games of the season, the basketball team scored this many points. How many points must they score on the next game to have an average of 45 points per game? So they want to know what their next score has to be because they want their average to be 45. There's a couple of different ways that you can approach this. I'm going to set up an equation. We know the first 5.
Good morning, Ms.
So
Lucas.
here are my first 5 scores.
For what?
I'm going to use X for my 6th game, and then we would be dividing by 6 to get our new average of 45. So if I add together the 5 scores that I know, I get 215 plus the last game that hasn't happened yet. We divide it by 6 and it has to equal 45. Now we have an equation that you know how to solve. So we can multiply both sides by 6 to eliminate that denominator. So now we'll have 215 plus x equals 45 times 6, which is 270. So now if we subtract the 215 points that they've already scored, we will find out how many points they need in their last game. And it would be 55. So they need to score 55 points to get the average that they're looking for. Our next example, we're switching gears a little bit. It has the number of runs that the Twins have scored in the past 6 games. They want the range, median, upper, and lower quartiles. So to find the range, we subtract the highest number minus the lowest number. The highest number being 15. 15 minus 3 gives us a range of 12 runs. To find the median, we need to have our numbers in order. So I'm going to write our numbers in order now, starting with smallest. So 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, and then 15. Okay, the median is the number in the middle. So what happens when we get to the middle is we have 2 5s. So we are going to have to average them. Well, 5 plus 5 is 10, and 10 divided by 2 is just 5. So because both of those numbers were 5s, our median stays at 5. Now, to find our upper and lower quartiles, we need to look at our data a little bit differently. We need to take that median of 5 and split our data into an upper and lower half. Notice that when I draw the rectangles around them, I include both of those 5s. one of them in the lower half and one in the upper half. Now, to find our quartiles are the medians of each of those halves. So the upper quartile is going to be the median of the upper half. So my upper quartile is going to be the number 6. My lower quartile is the median of the lower half of the data. So my lower quartile is going to be the number 4. So now we found the range, the median, and the upper and lower quartiles. So basically we found the median, and then we found the median of each half. One more example that looks like that. I'm going to put the numbers in order right away this time, because it seems to be a good idea anytime you're working with the median. Okay, the range. Highest minus lowest, 18 minus 10 is 8. The median, middle number, 1, 2 on each end, 3 on each end, gives me a median of 15. Now my quartiles. I am going to split my data to a lower half and an upper half. Notice that I'm not including my median in either of those. So my upper quartile is 16, and my lower quartile is 12. So when the median is one of your numbers, it doesn't get included in the upper or lower half. That wraps up our review. So you're able to write a summary now, answering your essential question, and your homework problems. They are on page P39. P39 is found in the 0 chapter at the very beginning of our book. So make sure that you're not on regular page 39, but P39. And the problem numbers are 1 to 22.